Identifying your unique value proposition. So whether you've already chosen your business or you're still in the thinking it through stage, it's a really good idea to think about what is going to set you apart from the sea of competitors out there. A unique value proposition means that there's something you can offer your customer that is valuable that they can't get from your competitors. And knowing this can help you land more sales, brand your product or your service better, and even command premium pricing. Now, before I get too far into it, if after you've watched this, you found this helpful, please like and comment. This will help me get this stuff out to more small business owners. Also, make sure you're subscribed and notified. And if you're not a Swain CPA client, book a call. I'd like to do something about that. I'd like you to do something for me. I'd like you to list everything that your product or service has in common with your competitors, and also not in common. There'll likely be more in common than not, but that's okay. You only need a few to make a big difference. And then I'd like you to do the best you can to provide some hard language to describe what these unique value propositions will mean for the customer. For example, using our product or service will save you X dollars per year more than our competitors. Or, because our product is superior in quality, you'll get X more years out of the product, which will save in the long run. That kind of thing. They'll need to believe it. So let me give you an example. Jacob, a plumber, has decided to go out on his own. Now, Jacob, on a honeymoon trip down to the States with his new bride, saw a type of piping in the resort they were staying at that was made of composites that he had never seen before. And he was curious. He was so curious that he looked up the company name on the pipes and called the sales department. His wife had a morning scheduled at the spa, so don't worry, he's good. He got the owner of the company and quickly learned that this was a family-owned business. They had patented a technology of composite piping that lasted twice as long as standard piping, and it had insulative qualities. And listen, if you're a plumber watching this video, please don't laugh at my example. I'm just doing the best I can, all right? So Jacob asks if he can be the sole distributor and installer of this product back in the region where Jacob plans to service, and they make a deal. So when Jacob goes through the exercise I just gave you, he's going to list out lots of things that are similar to his competitors, such as piping for renovations and new builds and small installation jobs, snake and camera services. But under the unique value proposition, he's going to list this composite tech that his company and only his company can provide. Because the piping lasts twice as long and it'll save the homeowner on fuel costs because of the insulative qualities. It's expected that the homeowner over time will save close to 50% of the capital cost outlay. Now, this is a real competitive advantage that Jacob will really push in the market. Now, in this example, the value prop is pretty obvious, and I did that to make a point. Your value prop might not be as obvious and maybe not even that super unique, but remember, in highly competitive markets, it's razor edge advantages that make the difference in a customer's decision to hire you versus someone else. Now, if your business is creating a product or service that's an innovation or an invention, you might be thinking that there's no competitors. But I don't think I'm going to let you off the hook here. Maybe you don't have any direct competitors, but people might be able to get away with a solution that might not be as cool as yours, but gets the job done all the same. You know, for example, like I remember I saw this really cool electric umbrella that kind of like blew the rain away as opposed to just sheltering you from the rain. It kind of dealt with the issue of getting into your car, which tends to be a little cumbersome when you have a regular umbrella. You end up getting a little wet and then the car seat gets wet, and you know what I mean. But that was the only thing this innovation did, and it costs a lot more than a regular umbrella. So folks like me would just stick with a cheap old umbrella and live with its issues. In this case, the unique value proposition wasn't going to bring me enough value, or in this case, solve my pain point to justify the extra cost. So when you're thinking about what the UVP on an innovation or an invention is, make sure you have good answers for why someone is justified in paying you more for the pain or value your product or service will bring to their lives. So I know you're unique, but do prospective customers think about it, and I will see you next time.